Down at the park, it's time to turn on the lights, because the Danbury Westerners are playing tonight. They'll be swinging their bats and they'll be hitting home runs. It's a night of excitement and family fun.
Welcome, sports fans, to another edition of Westerners Roundup.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Danbury Westerner Roundup. I am your host, Bob Rutt Jr. Well, the Westerners have been having a hard start to the season. They're currently 3-5. They started off the season with a bang, and they were doing very well. Hey, we still got a lot of season left, so you know we're hopeful to bring this right back up to where we should be. Tonight's show, we are going to be showing you interviews with the coaching staff, Jamie Shevchik and Sean Fesh. Myself and Scott D. Lewis, who also my partner from Sports Buzz Fanatical View, is also doing some interviews. So you'll see some interviews not only that he did with some of the players, also he did an interview with Miss Connecticut, United States, Ashley Leach, and you will hear from our own Dave King with the opening of the Danbury Westerners song, which he wrote. And since we are the only one in the NECBL to have our own theme song, so thanks to Dave for that. But the Westerners have had a lot of stuff going on this year. We've had a lot of events. Each night there's a different event, so there's just been a lot to have as far as this season's been doing. For more information on all the Danbury Westerner events, you can go to danburywesterners.com, and for league events, you can go to the NECBL.com. But Western Roundup has been keeping us busy. We've been doing tape-ins down there the last few weeks, and we'll be showing it throughout the season. We'll be having more updates with different players and coaches and all types of stuff. Some of the events we have coming up there are nights I know of as of right now is on July 7th is going to be not only Irish night, but it'll also be Volunteer Firemen's Night, and that's always a good turnout. Also, July 18th, we will be having our annual golf tournament up at Richter Park this year, and some of the celebrities to be showing up is Tommy John, former New York Yankee pitcher, and former New York Met Howard Johnson. So, and many more guests to be announced as well. So stay tuned for that. The Westerners also have clinics coming up as of tomorrow, and they also will be having starting their summer camps. And like I say, for more information, go to danburywesterners.com for that. The Western Roundup is on every Thursday at 6:30 and Fridays at 1:30. We follow Sports Buzz the Fanatical View, which airs at 6 o'clock on Thursdays and 1 o'clock on Fridays. So please watch. It's a great hour of sports, and you don't want to miss a minute. But with that being said, we're going to get down to the park for some great interviews, and let's get to the... We're here with another great edition of Western Roundup. Today we have on our show the manager for the Danbury Westerners, Jamie Shevchik. Jamie, welcome back for another season.
Thanks, I'm happy to be here.
I heard you had a very good you had a very good season last year,
At Keystone or in Danbury?
In Danbury.
Last year was a great year. You know, the year before, getting to the NECBL championship, the final game was one of our goals that what we wanted to do since I've been here. We came up a little bit short last year, but we had a great team, and I think that the product that we're going to put on the field this year is going to get us back into that championship. That championship run.
Now, let's go to Keystone. I know you had a great run with Keystone this year.
Yeah, it was. We made it all the way to the regionals. For again, we've been there for the past 5 years. Last year we had the privilege to play in the Division III national championships. So it's been a good year of baseball. It's been a lot of work, but this is a welcome relief to be back in Danbury for the summer this year.
Now, who'd you guys play in the playoffs?
Last year we lost to Keene in the first round of the playoffs. This year's team's a little bit different. Last year we had good pitching. We swung the bats really well, and our defense kind of hurt us a little bit. And this year's makeup of this year's team is going to be very good defense. We're going to swing the bats well, and I think we've got a combination of just about everything that we need to make a run at this. I do think we're a playoff team, and I do think that we're going to, I know it's early right now, but when we get into that grind in July, we're going to have a product out there that's going to get us to hopefully where we need to be.
You have a bunch of guys who came back this year, right?
Yeah, we have Andrew Garner coming back for his second stint. He led the entire NECBL in hitting last year. Eric Luxus, a left-handed pitcher, is back with us. Steve Catalina from UConn is back from our championship team that we had 2 years ago, and that was important to get a guy like Steve back because he understood what it took to get there. He's a competitor. He's a great team guy. So yeah, it'll be nice to have him. We also have Jake Gronsky, our shortstop, back, and Chase Butler from last year. So we've got a good group of new guys, good talented guys, and a good group of returning guys from last year.
Now last year you did something that very few managers ever get a chance to do, and that's to play against Team USA, right?
Coach at Fenway Park against Team USA. It was probably the biggest single highlight of my coaching career. To be at Fenway Park on the field, coaching the New England League All-Stars against what's said to be the best college baseball team in the country with Team USA, and to top it all off, beating them at Fenway was probably, like I said, the biggest highlight of my coaching career.
Now, that was to go to Fenway at any time is great, but to actually be on the field to play against in Boston is a highlight for anybody, right?
I'm not a Red Sox fan, but I am a baseball fan, and that was the second time I've been at Fenway. The first time I've ever been on the field. Got a chance to be in their locker room. And to be in the third base coaching box and getting our team to a win over Team USA was unbelievable. Words can't even describe what that day was like.
Now you also have a good group coming in this year as well, right?
We've got a very talented group. We've got a mixture of guys from all over the country. Our recruiting goal this year is to find guys from winning programs that know how to win, that were taught how to win, that play the game the right way. And I think we're able to get a good group of kids from those programs that are going to, hopefully lead the way for us.
Now the NECBL, which is it's all collegiate baseball, right?
Yes, it is.
Now you play how many games in it per season?
I believe there's 42 games that we play throughout the months of June and July. Playoffs start in the beginning of August. And if you're fortunate enough to stick around in New England for the playoffs, I want to be here at least until right around mid-August playing for that championship.
Now the league has been reduced by two teams this year. It's down from 12 to 10, right? It's
down to 10 teams this year, which means a few less teams, few less travel. I'm still going to play, I think, just the same amount of games, and I think the bigger the league gets, the more watered down the league gets. So 10 teams to me is the perfect mix. I think it's going to be more competitive this year. There's going to be more talent in the league, and hopefully wind up to be better.
Now, each year, there's we go through everything as everybody does. It goes through the course. Now, how do these guys actually get to here?
They drive in here, they fly in here. You know, Andrew Garner, the kid that we had here last year from Tulane, you know, it took him 2 days to drive from Texas to here. You know, a kid by the name of Jake Ivory from Missouri just drove throughout the night, got here at 4 o'clock in the morning today, slept for 3 hours, and he's on the field practicing right now. So, you know, these guys come from all over the country. It's early right now. We're still waiting on a handful of guys that have been playing in the regionals and playing in the super regionals, and you know, one of our pitchers just won a national championship for Westchester Division II. So they get here. They find a way to get here, whether it be by car or plane, but they're here.
Now, what's the process that for them to be here? Do they have to go through? I mean, you get different stuff from other coaches throughout the course of the season?
We start recruiting these kids right before our season ends the year before. Most of this team, I'd say about 90% of this team, was already locked up and signed by October 1st. So the recruiting process starts early. And it's basically, you know, doing your research, calling a lot of schools, and trying to find those talented kids that want to be here in New England for the summer.
Now this weekend we have a breakfast, which I know you'll be attending for, and then of course tomorrow night you play Mystic Schooners, correct?
Yep. Yeah, we opened up with them last year, and you know, we don't know a whole lot about, you know, who we're playing tomorrow. All the rosters are different the entire year. It usually takes, you know, us getting into July before we can start formulating scouting reports on each team, and even then the rosters change so much due to injury and guys coming in and out. So it's going to be, we don't have a lot of time to spend with these guys out here in the field. We have 3 days of practice, and then we're ready to go.
Okay. Well, thanks, Jamie. Thanks and good luck with another season.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Sean Fesh, pitching coach of the Danbury Westerners, also pitching coach over at Bethel High, right? You still doing that?
Yeah.
And they're coming off their season. You guys had not as great a year, I would think, as you wanted, but overall, what did you think of your Bethel Wildcats this year?
Well, I mean, the good thing at the end of the day was we did make the league playoffs, which you know, was encouraging. Unfortunately, we missed out on the state playoff, but we had a couple injuries along the way. We had a couple kids academically ineligible, so we kind of started behind the 8 ball. And
yeah, I saw you had a slow start, but I saw you did come on, you know, in the second half of the year, and you did make that run to the conference playoffs, which is good.
Yeah, we definitely, I would say the last 2 to 3 weeks we played, I guess, as we expected going into the season, but everybody was starting to get in better shape and getting the key guys back. So, and the good thing is they're young guys, so hopefully we can build on that and really make some noise next year.
And did you guys have a no-hitter this year? I saw there was a few in the league, in the SWC this year. I know Pomperock had a few, or a couple at least.
Unfortunately, we were on the wrong side of the no-hitter. A sophomore from Newtown High, I believe his last name is Davis.
Okay.
He threw against us, and he's a quality young pitcher. And you know, the league definitely has some good young arms.
It seemed like every week there was a big pitching performance going down. Were you surprised that Newtown knocked off Pomperock in that final?
You know, not really. I mean, Coach Turek and I, we were talking, you know, going into the playoffs, you know, who we thought was the best team. We really thought Newtown was the best team going in. Obviously, Pomperock had the great record. They were undefeated in conference play and everything like that. But I just thought Newtown, they just played all facets of the game better than anybody really in the league.
And as a pitcher, you must have liked that nice low-scoring pitchers duel for the championship there between those two teams. I don't know if you watched the game or not, but I mean, it was a low-scoring game, which they kind of thought it might not be that way, but you know, it's good as a pitcher. You might gotta like that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm an old school guy, and being a former pitcher, you know, I'd much rather see a 1-0, 2-1 game than you know, than 15 to 12. Right. To me, that's I mean,
softball.
Yeah, it really is. That's a good call on that. Absolutely.
So, anyways, so we're back with the Westerners, 5th year with you. Teamed up with head coach Jamie Shevchik again for 5 seasons. You guys both been here for 5 years, so it's good to keep that continuity with the coaching staff to help. So you get the players that come in. You guys have a set thing that you guys do and help them get acclimated and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing, Shev and I, after every season, we figure out, you know, what things do we do well and what can we do moving forward. And I think, you know, going into this season, we're the most confident in that we took care of all the things we might have missed in years past with recruiting and everything like that, and getting guys prepared and being ready to play from game 1 till the final game. And I really feel like this is not only a talented group, but I think it's looks like a very competitive group.
Yeah.
And that's really what you need. You need guys that want to grind it out. I mean, obviously you need talent, but the guys that want to grind it out for 9 innings and, you know, the grueling schedule that we play, those are the guys that, you know, at the end of the season, you know, you're gonna, if you can stay together, you have the best chance.
Yeah, and this schedule is a grind in itself, so you need guys that are willing to, you know, grind, as you say, grind it out, because 42 games, 60 days, you know, something like that, crazy. Then you get your rain days, and all of a sudden you guys are looking 2 weeks in a row where you haven't had a day off at times, right? So
yeah, and we really, part of our thing too now when we call coaches or we call professional scouts, we try and find out, you know, what's the makeup of this kid? Is this kid a tough kid? Does he show up? Does he like to practice?
Right.
You know, because if you get those guys that kind of go through the motions during their regular season, pretty good chance you'll have problems with them here. And the season's too short to have to deal with those distractions. So, you know, we'll turn a guy away that maybe has, you know, pitcher of the year on his record or whatever, but isn't one of those guys that really wants to go to war every day.
We're able to bring some players back, pitching-wise. Did you get a couple pitchers back from last year's team?
We got Eric Luxus, who was at Manhattan. Now he's down at University of Tampa. And then we brought Stephen Catalina back, who was from 2 years ago. He's just coming off surgery up at UConn, so he really didn't pitch much this year. But again, getting back to looking why we were successful 2 years ago, Steve was a huge catalyst, not only on the field, but on the bus, off the field. He really, he knows the buttons to push that sometimes the coaches can't, you know, because players will always gravitate to players. Yeah. And he's one of those guys that, for us, is a little bit of an extra coach. He keeps guys loose, but he demands kind of what Shev and I demand.
Well, that's good. I mean, and I would think, you know, a team like this, if you're lucky enough to get some guys coming back, it's easier for the coaches because you can put those guys in leadership roles and get them to help you guys out, help the other players who are new to the team and all that.
Yeah, and also the great thing, too, is the area. You know, because we can tell them about the baseball aspects of what Danbury is, but, you know, they're young kids. They want to explore some things, and it's good that some players can say, hey, you know what, these are the places we'd go after the game to go have dinner, or on an off day, hey, we'd go here and kind of let loose, blow off some steam, and, and that's important, yeah, you know, and you know, really looks like already a cohesive unit, which is what you like to see. You don't want guys, as soon as the game's over, going in 20 different cars. You want to see guys, 5, 6 guys going together and wanting to hang out and maybe talk about the game, talk about baseball, because you can learn so much just by talking as opposed to always going through the game.
25 players, 25 cabs, the old cliche. You know,
yeah.
It's not a good thing for a team. So
absolutely.
All right, we're here with Miss Connecticut, United States, Ashley Leach. Ashley, very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. Well, not every day I get to speak to a Miss Connecticut or, you know, a beauty pageant contestant here.
Thank you.
So talk to me about becoming Miss Connecticut, United States. How's the process? How does that happen?
Well, you start with a state pageant, and it was actually the second pageant I've ever done, and it was the most incredible experience because I just went in saying, you know what, I'm just going to have fun, and if I win, then wow, and if I don't, then, you know, it's okay, and I'm going to walk away from it, and I'm just still going to be happy that I even went up there and strutted my stuff in a bathing suit on a stage.
Always a nerve-wracking.
Oh, you know what? That actually has made me become a more outgoing person, and it really makes you really confident about yourself very quickly because the lights are on you, you're all alone on stage, and you're in a teeny weeny little bikini. So it gets a little nerve-wracking, but then you get up there, and it is a wonderful experience.
Fantastic. So, and obviously you won, so the thrill of that when you find out that they give you the crown, they announce you as the winner?
Oh my gosh. Well, what they say is, and the first runner-up is, and since they say the first runner-up name, the person that has their name not called is the winner. So when my name wasn't called, I was like, oh my God.
That means it's me.
I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I can't believe I just won this. To me, it's still an incredible experience. I really can't believe that I have the pleasure of representing our state at Miss United States in less than 25 days. And I still have the thrill coursing through me. So the fact that it's a wake-up call every morning. I'm like, I'm so lucky to have this opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great thrill. So congratulations
on that.
Thank you so much. going forward in 25 days is going to be the big United
It's a big
States.
one, so let's hope Connecticut gets their first title holder, especially from Danbury.
So you're from Danbury. I heard you went to WestCon, so you're from Danbury.
I go to WestCon. I'm a junior there.
Okay.
I'm a communications major, so I actually would like to get into doing the sideline interviews with ESPN and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
So being at sports games are my favorite because I live for sports.
You're a big sports fan?
Huge sports fan. This is actually my first Danbury Westerners game.
Well, it's good you're coming down. You're going to throw the first pitch. Are you nervous? Is it more nerve-wracking being in the pageant or throwing the first pitch?
My heart is pounding so much right now because this is on TV, and even though pageants are on TV, I think I'm more nervous to mess up throwing a baseball, since it's what I want to get into a career of doing, than actually wearing a swimsuit on a stage.
Well, I saw you warming up in the bullpen, and it looked like you got a nice throwing motion, so hopefully
I hope so.
You'll get a nice, you're going to try a fastball, a little change-up. What are you going to
I think I'm just
get over the plate?
The guy was kind of just like, you know what? Throw it as hard as you can and try and throw it a little bit harder than you think you can, because that's how you're throwing it best. So I'm kind of just going to go in there and be like, all right, let's just see what happens.
So you're a baseball fan. Who's your favorite team?
I'm actually a Yankees fan.
A Yankees fan. Well, we'll forgive her for that.
I'm from New York.
That's all right.
I was born and raised in New York.
Just for this, opportunity.
Just for
Because she's Miss Connecticut, and she'll be representing the great state of Connecticut in the upcoming pageant in less than a month. So we'll be keeping an eye on that.
I know, it's so nerve-wracking.
Special treat tonight.
All right, we will cut the interview short here, but thank you very much, and good luck in throwing the pitch, and good luck at the pageant.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. We're here with Jake Gronsky, #1 of the Danbury Westerners. Danbury, Jake, what position you play?
I'm a middle infielder, and I was here last year, so I played mostly shortstop, second base, a little bit of third.
What school do you go to?
I go to Monmouth University.
How was their season this year?
We had a good season. We had a good year. We were able to make our conference tournament with the #1 seed, but we weren't able to come back with the championship, so that it's bittersweet. It was a good year, but we want to bring back the ring next year, so hopefully good things next year.
Now, you played here last year, so what do you plan on hopefully come up with this year?
Well, last year, we had a nice playoff push, and we had a great season. We had some great hitters. That a lot of them were taken in the draft a little while ago, but this year we really want to bring back the championship. We have the talent to do it. We have the players, and we all love playing here, and it's a good environment, so we're able to just try to play our best and just enjoy it.
Now, of course, the winner was not much of a winner this year, but do you play football at Mammoth?
Yeah, we just like most schools, we have a fall season that we play only against ourselves. We don't really play in other schools, but we start working out, we get back into it, and then we have winter workouts, and then pretty much the season starts right after Christmas break. So it goes by quick, real quick.
So who'd you guys play the playoffs this year?
We played, biggest game was against Sacred Heart, that we weren't able to come back with the championship, but we were able to play 4 solid games. We just didn't come out on top, and that's the way baseball works sometimes. So you just got to enjoy it, but you got to be able to take it next year just to be able to win it.
Okay, well, good luck this year.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the interview.
Thanks a lot.
Here with Steve Catalina, who was here during our championship year 2 years ago, and he's back again for another season. So, Steve, welcome back.
Hi, nice to have you guys back.
What happened to you? We heard you had a little problem.
Yeah, last year in April, pitching against my best friend from home in a game against Quinnipiac up at Stores, and I felt a pop in my elbow and ended up blowing it out. I had to get surgery last May 19th, so coming back now.
So what Tommy John surgery?
Yeah, Tommy John surgery.
So what was your downtime? 18 months?
I'm on my 13th month right now, so just getting back into it, starting to just get ready to pitch again.
So how was their season this year?
We had a little rebuilding year last year. I mean, we went to the Super Regional. 10 guys got drafted, 14 left, so we had to bring in a lot of freshmen. Rebuilt, came back. We made it to the Big East semifinals. We were 1 win away from going to the championship game, but next year we got more guys coming in, and we're looking to win another championship.
So now, of course, like I was saying before, we didn't have no winner. So, but do you guys play fall ball where you are?
Yeah, we play fall ball every year. We have a Blue-White World Series where we split the teams in half, pick 2 captains, the guys who aren't usually pitchers because they're down, and it gets real competitive, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, thanks for your interview, and welcome back. I'm glad you're back for another season.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, we're here with Eric Bluxus from University of Tampa. He's now playing here with us here at for Danbury Westerners. He's number 15. What position you play?
I'm a left-handed starter.
How was your record last year at where you were playing?
We had a pretty good year at Tampa. I was a starter. I was 2-0. I had 8 no decisions. It was a pretty good year for us overall. We struggled a little bit in the playoffs, and we had a real good year, and we just came up a little short in the end.
Who'd you guys play in the playoffs?
We played Stillman College and West Florida, who won the national championship last year, and we played both of them in the regular season, and we did okay. But again, we kind of just fell short as soon as that playoff crunch time.
Now, where were you? What's your? Are you a freshman, junior? Or?
I'm going to be a senior next year.
Oh, senior next
I'm
year.
going to be a senior. Yeah.
So you'll be going on to another, hopefully to the Cape Cod League or somewhere else in the higher divisions.
Yeah, that's always been a goal of mine, is to play in the Cape, and hopefully another good summer here, and we'll see what happens from there.
Let's see. What else? What's some of your favorite hobbies? Anything special?
You know, I go to school down south, so it's always nice to come back up north and spend some time with family. I live in New York, and I've been far away from them, so I'm real close to my family. It's nice to spend some time with them. And in my spare time, I like to go to the beach, and I just like to hang out with friends and whatnot.
Sounds good. Well, good luck this year.
Thank you very much.
And hope we have a winning season.
Thank you.
Here's the lovely Rogers Park. Down at the park, it's time to turn on the lights, because the Danbury Westerners are playing tonight. They'll be bringing their bats and they'll be hitting home runs. It's a night of excitement and family fun. Westy helps everybody cheer on the team as it bounces at some popcorn and delicious ice cream. On a one summer night, you know it's always a treat. Westerners baseball simply cannot be beat. Everybody knows the score. Fans screaming out for more. Excitement builds on through the night. As victory is soon in sight. The runner advances as he heads for home plate. Rounding the bases, there will be no debate. When the last run is in, the fans will proclaim the Danbury Westerners have won the game. Everybody knows the score. Fans are screaming out for more. Excitement builds up through the night. As victory is soon in sight. The weather advances as he heads through home plate. Rounding the bases, there will be no debate. When the last run is in, the fans will proclaim the Danbury Westerners have won the game.